So what do we got going on today, Bernie?
Well, this is a 1963 Dodge 880. It's just an old four-door sedan. But actually, it's not just an old four-door sedan. It is an 880, but it's an old ex-California Highway Patrol 63 Dodge 880. And we're going to light this bad boy off after about 20 years of storage just outside. So follow along. I'm going to fill up our primer here. You know, these used to be used for filling your gas-powered iron. Believe it or not, to get an iron hot 80 years ago, they used to be fired by gas. Could you imagine that? Honey, damn it, I've asked you, why can't you not get gas all over my collar? So stand by. We first need to prime the carburetor. This lump on the top of this 413 is a CHP spec Carter 4-barrel, and we're going to prime it now. We're going to fill the float chamber, and we'll get a little bit of fuel down into the engine at the same time. Now we're going to start this off the fuel that's in the tank, because the first civilian owner, Earl, who was a Northrop aircraft engineer, he stabilized the fuel. So I've already checked that, and I've also turned the engine over to be sure that it's not seized, so there'll be no damage when we crank it over. So we have fuel in the Carter, but we discovered we didn't have any spark, and on this old ignition, it's a 413 with a hypo dual point distributor. Everything there was completely shot, worn out. The points were junk. The ignition cables were garbage. The spark plugs, although they looked like the motor was running really, really clean, they were just old and used and worn out. So I got rid of that and started new. So we'll get everything together here. Okay, we've got the ignition set, we've got fuel in the carb. Let me set the choke, Cupcake, and we should be good to go. All right, hit it. Hey, not bad. Not bad at all after sitting for 20-some years. Hitting on all 8. So after we set the point gap, I had to double check the ignition timing, and I used my old snap-on timing light. Earl had already marked on the damper there the top dead center mark, and we're pretty close. And the vacuum advance still works after almost 60 years. Now that is Chrysler engineering. Brakes are a little sticky. That's not too bad for about a over 50-year-old ex-California Highway Patrol motor. Who knows how many miles are on this? Sounds good. Now you'll notice This car has power steering and also has power brakes. The brake booster was added. Both of these features were added by the first civilian owner, Earl. He kept this car all these years up until he passed away. And this was his favorite collector car. It started out as a family car and it turned into a collector car.
So Bernie, I was wondering, can you still get Mopar rust resistor and Mopar antifreeze?
Well, I don't see why not.